What's up, Tony B? Going for a walk. Hello, hello. How's it going? Malicious, no. You didn't miss anything. You came right on time. I just maybe 30 steps. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing tonight, malicious? Folks on TikTok, we're streaming on TikTok. We're streaming on YouTube. We're going for a walk, wrapping up those 10,000 steps goal for the day. Probably about 4,000 left to go, so less than half. And wrap. Yeah, let's talk if you like. Paula, bom dia. Paula says, good morning. How long did it take to grow that beard? Well, some time, some years. Yeah, I've had it longer than it took to grow it, if that makes sense. Uh, yeah, I am rocking the Viking beard. Yes. Militia says, nice, it's pretty late, couldn't sleep. Then I got the notification. Cheesy Puff says, you're rocking the Viking beard. Paula on TikTok says, you wear it well. Thank you. Um, so, if it's your first time in my live, I go live on YouTube and on TikTok. So, we're streaming both platforms, and there's different vibes, I'll say. Sometimes one channel's a little quiet, and sometimes one channel's a little thirsty, but other times we get crosstalk, which is kind of cool. Paula says on TikTok, says, where are you located? I'm in Kelso, Washington. Nice. Hey, thanks for the follow. Awesome. Um, Appreciate you. I'm in the Southwest U.S. Over here on YouTube, Damian Simon says, this guy towed my car. Me? I did not tow your car. Danny Harmon Jr. on YouTube wants me to shave the beard. I've never heard that before. Um, Damien says this guy towed my car with his beard. S&B Productions says you look like a healthier version of the Liver King. I'm the anti-Liver King. Paula says, oh no way. True story. Yeah, I'm Mountain Standard Time. So it's close to 2 a.m. This is later than I like to go on the walk, but life's been a little complicated lately, and I'm committed to getting them in. Paula says, well, no way that you get to shave your beard off. Oh, okay. Yeah, nah, I'm not going to shave it. Not going to shave the ponytail either. It's braided, also braided right now, so you cannot see it. Yes, Danny Harmon is laughing at Damien's comment that I towed his car with his beard, with my beard. Leia Ngalo says, oh, really? Sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's been a little complicated lately, but We're good. We're good. Joe Mama on TikTok says hi. Hi. It's trash day out here, so we gotta make sure I don't run into an errant can. Damian Simon on YouTube says Bigfoot hides from this guy on his walks. Man, you crazy. You crazy, Damien. You're a comedian. I like it. Bring all the smoke to me. Bring it to me. Bring it to me. Uh, Krista on YouTube says, can you say, how do you say it? Is that, ooh, woo? Is that what you want me to say? What is that? Daniel Barry Sports Highlight says, hey everyone, happy Thursday. Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Oh my goodness gracious. Joe Mama on TikTok says, how was your day? It was okay, not too shabby. I mean, in the grand scheme of things. I rejoined the live workout with Impact Athletics Association this morning. Feeling good about that. Did 2 hot classes and definitely going to hit our steps goal tonight. Got to see some family, talk to some friends. So, what more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? I'm grateful for every breath. Chill Pill has joined on TikTok. What's up, Chill Pill? How do you do? Getting the wave. C and Sean 571 on TikTok says, "Can I get a song request, please, brother?" Me requesting a song of you? You're gonna play me a song? Paula says, "Well, it's almost 2 here in Washington State, also, and I have to work in the morning." So, oh yeah. Well, hey, it's great to meet you briefly, however briefly, and I hope that we'll get to connect again soon. Paula says, "Good evening," or should I say, "Good morning" to you. I am going to do this, hit the shower, go to sleep, and then be back up 4:40 for the 5:15 a.m. workout. Paul says, yes, it was. I hope so too. Yes, indeed. Until next time, I wish you good dreams. We are blown up over here on YouTube. Malicious Gnome says, lively tonight. Yeah, how about that? Folks are up and chatting. We did say that. Where are you going? I'm going in circles. How about you? Krista says, yeah, you're so funny. Me? Kato says, do some push ups. You do some push ups. I did my push ups today already. Malicious Gnome says, Chill Pill. Very happy to hear that Chill Pill is in the chat. Malicious Gnome is over here on TikTok, or was on TikTok, and has joined the chat on YouTube, as has Chill Pill done as well. So it's kind of funny that the two of you are kind of connecting that way. It's kind of funny. Debbie Owen 876 on TikTok has liked the live. Thank you. Thank you for liking. Thank you for being here. Soraya says, what is 68 years old? Is this a riddle? Khan, back again. Hi. Hi. Okay. Yes, I remember you. I wonder if you enjoy the live or if you're just trolling. Maybe English is not your first language. Either way, welcome to the chat. Welcome back, Khan Shams. Kato314 wants some push-ups. Have you subscribed to the channel? Are you subscribed to my channel? Or is it your first time in the chat? Did you see the Impact Athletics Association workout this morning and the push-ups that I did there? Someone without a name on TikTok says, put a shirt on. No, I will not. But thank you for the suggestion. Appreciate your joining my live and contributing to the chat. Soraya, what is this riddle? What is 68 years old? What is that about? There's not even a way to address you. You're just a picture and a black heart with a ghost. Yes. Tara, in the house. Tara on TikTok, in the house. Just got the #2 gifter badge. Thank you for liking the live, Tara. Welcome. You're an enigma. All right, we will call you Enigma. Enigma wants me to put a shirt on. Enigma on TikTok says, I'm here to be a menace online. Well, okay. You're welcome to be in the chat and on the channel, as long as you are not too much of a menace, but a little playfulness. It's fine. It's welcome. Appreciated. Engagement. It's all good. Is it that is Enigma says, is that your beard and how long is it? Yes, it is my beard. It is this long. Tara. Is it Tara or Tara? I'm going to go with Tara. And Tara wants to know, is it dark because it's morning time? It is 5 till 2. We are Mountain Standard Time. 5 till 2 a.m. And I am up late, although I will also be up early. So just got a lot going on right now. Enigma wants to know, are you in the Batcave? Am I in the Batcave? No, I am on the streets. On the streets. Malicious Gnome on YouTube says, I've got to sleep now. Good night, everyone. Stay strong and beautiful, Burns. Malicious, I wish you kind, compassionate, beautiful dreams tonight. No scary stuff. All right. Let's chat again real soon. Thank you for dropping in on your way to Dreamland. Tara on TikTok says, sweet dreams to Malicious Gnome. See, we got that crosstalk. I love it. Thank you, Tara. Malicious Gnome says, appreciate it. We got the hands emojis. 2 hands up. 2 hands up. Landon Holler on YouTube says, hey, how you doing? Why are you in the streets? Well, because I'm going for a walk. I could use a treadmill, but then I'd be indoors. And I like being outdoors. So that's what's going on. Going for 10,000 steps each day is the goal. Landon Holler, is it your first time in my live? Malicious Gnome says, appreciate it. Sweet dreams to you too, Tara. We got some heart emojis. Look at this positivity and love going back and forth across platforms to strangers. You know, how easy is it? How easy is it to be cool, to be kind, to wish someone well? So easy. So beautiful to see. Thank you. Thank you both. Lacey Caller has followed me on TikTok. Thank you, Lacey. Tara says, I can't get over how scary it must be to walk in the dark. Well, I have this light, and there are street lights, and I'm not scared. I understand that it's not for everybody. Lacey Caller says, oh, you followed me. Hey, thank you for the follow. Lacey says, hey, hey, Lacey. Landon Holler on YouTube says, it's good to be outside and walking is good for your body. Yes, it's that simple. It's that effective. Landon says, I subscribed and liked. Ah, I'm honored. Thank you very much. Landon, keep that receipt, and I'll get you 10 push-ups before the night is out. All right? I'm prioritizing the steps, but, you know, let's collect some subscriptions, some receipts, get those push-ups bumped up. I can do 10 for each subscription on YouTube. Tara on TikTok says, I used to not be afraid, but then I started listening to Sasquatch Chronicles and am afraid of Dogman. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know what Sasquatch Chronicles are or who Dogman is. You'll have to educate me. Tara says it's an irrational fear. Oh, the best kind. Most fear is irrational, I think. Most, not all. So if you're just joining the live, quick rundown. I do 10,000 steps every day. Sometimes it's in one live, sometimes it's in two. Today it's two. I did a morning walk, and this is the evening walk, trying to catch that 10,000 mark as a baseline each day. So before I go to bed, I'm going to hit that 10,000 mark. In the mornings, 5:15 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on YouTube, the Impact Athletics Association channel. We do a split screen workout, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and I'm also doing 100 knee raises right now. And then whatever else we feel like doing. But that's the baseline. And then I'll go for a walk, 7 a.m., 7:30, somewhere in there. Trying to get those 10,000 steps started. Sometimes I do them all in one go. We walk to the park, we do some yoga, we run around in the sprinklers if we find them, and we do push-ups for subscriptions. And then I do work. I do other work, typically. And yeah, if I haven't got them in yet, then I'll go live in the evening, make sure I get that 10,000 step mark. And I'm here to inspire you, here to, you know, encourage you to get moving and get outside, go for a walk, move the body. And yeah, I'm an actor, I'm a stuntman, I'm a movie maker. I work on crew as well as produce. So that's my short story. Okay, back to the chat. Thanks for listening. Landon Holler on YouTube says sometimes I go outside and train for 8 hours and running and walking, then push ups. Right on. That's a big workout. 8 hours, I think, maybe too much. Um, maybe too much. Um, Careful, don't hurt yourself. Just Mina, January says, good morning, bom dia, buenos, buenos, buen dia, buen dia. Tara says on TikTok, I'm glad you don't know who Dogman is. They're like man wolf animals who fill people with a sense of dread and mortal fear. My son is turning 14 soon, and I want to start doing push ups with him because I want him to build muscle. Now, while he's young, I want him to build muscle now while he's young. I built so much of my muscle mass when I was that age. Yes, the family that works out together, I think, has great bonds. And speaking of, my brother, Vincent Alfonso Jamal, who founded Impact Athletics Association, has two daughters, and he has been training with them, working out with them, encouraging them to move. And, you know, these girls, young girls, now young women, one of them's a young woman, uh, are just doing phenomenal work throughout their childhood and their teens and beyond. And what a great baseline to just have that encouragement and um, that space to move and to push your limits, not just for girls, but for everybody. And with your father, what a cool thing. What a great gift he's given them. And in turn, they, they, they are giving him a great gift by accepting that kindness and training. It's a beautiful thing. And they're strong. They're strong. So I encourage that, Tara. And if you want to see it in action, come check us out on Impact Athletics Association. Landon Holler on YouTube says, I show my little brother how to do push-ups, so if he wants to, you're going to make kids want to work out. You're a great influencer. Oh, that might be the first time anybody's called me an influencer, let alone a great one. I don't know how to feel about that. If my little brother ever watched this live, he would say, I want to do that. I want to do what he said, work out and move the body. Yeah. Landon says, well, God made people to make better things come to earth. Okay. Tara says, that's awesome. I bet your bros love language is quality time. I mean, isn't everybody's? In a way. I think quality time is a beautiful thing. The love language philosophy, I think, is a good starting place for conversations about connection and relationships. Um, but I think it's dangerous to, like a Myers-Briggs or astrology, just kind of, lump people into columns and keep them there. But yeah, saying that you love by spending quality time or you feel loved by spending quality time, I think it's a great entree to a bigger discussion. Tara says, oh, that's so sweet. That's such a compliment to say your little bro would be inspired. Tara's cross-talking with Landon. So Tara is talking to you, Landon, on YouTube. She's on TikTok. Lol, stop. Stop what? What am I supposed to stop? We don't stop. We keep going. We carry on. In spite of adversity, we carry on. Like we say on the Impact Athletics Association channel, HWPO, hard work pays off. Chill Pill Hill in the conversation on YouTube. We're shape shifting. Or food. That could also be a love language. Sure thing. I think whatever gets the conversation started, you know. Some people like to cook for people. Breaking bread, certainly a well-known way of spending quality time. And you see how they all kind of, I don't know, they all work together. Tara says, Myers-Briggs, sun sign, love language. These are my bread and butter. I don't think people should be in a box, but it's a good starting point. Which now I remember that's what you said. Exactly. Yeah. You know, they're not bad. I think they have the capability of being abused or misused. That's all. Tara says, I had a gummy, so I am slower than usual. Take your time. We're in no rush. Well, I'm a little bit in a rush, trying to get these steps in and hit that shower and get that sleep. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe 2.5 hours. It's more like a nap. Long nap. And then we'll do the impact workout again, 5:15 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. 100 push-ups. Split screen workout with Vincent Alfonso Jamal. And the impact community. A lot of great folks there. Showing up every day, chatting, doing push-ups, encouraging each other. It's fun. I do these live so I can have more screen time with you and we can talk and connect a little more. Because when I'm doing the workouts, there's a lot of talking, a lot of people, a lot of movement. So, Chill Pill Hill says, malicious gnome, having technical difficulties tonight, but I'm here. Oh, those are the worst. Technology works until it doesn't. Here to make your life easier until it doesn't. Tara says, the most push-ups I could ever do in a row was 20. Oh, hey. Is that a hyperbole or an actual 100? No, we do 100 plus. So 10 sets of 10 push-ups, 10 sets of 10 squats. And right now, Mr. Vincent is doing his thing and I'm doing mine. I'm doing knee raises, 10 sets of 10. So, and then sometimes we'll do another aspect of working out, like shoulder workout or chest or just whatever calls to us. I do farmers walks in the street, things like that. Circuit work, yeah. I mean it's like hygiene a little bit. We wake up early. We do old guy workout. I don't know, and not these. Not waking up and going for a 5-mile run or anything. Tara says, I don't know if that's what it's called actually. I have V-Shred. Have you heard of that? I have heard of a YouTuber called V-Shred. It's a person. He's got a channel. Chill Pill has joined on TikTok. Hey, Chill Pill. Folks, it's so different. We're streaming on YouTube. We have, looks like 2 folks in the chat, 7 likes. And over here on TikTok, we're bustling. Looks like 7 folks and 1.9 thousand likes. I don't understand the differences in these platforms, but it seems to be a stark difference. So thank you for the love on both channels. TikTok, you're killing it tonight. Seeing all those folks, would love for you to contribute in the chat. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Introduce yourself. And let me know, do you go for a walk every day? Chill Pill, like the live. Thank you. Vince something. It's a great program, but I've started it like 7 times in the past 5 years. Right on, Tara. Oh, I forgot to mention that in my morning walks, we go to the park and I'll do some yoga, some movement there, things like that. I also did 2 hot classes today. I did a hot sculpt class and a hot mat Pilates class. So another reason why my live was not on time in the evening. And it's been a big day. This is essentially the 6th installment of workout. Even though it's light, we're going for a walk. But what I was going to say is, you're starting 7 times in the past 5 years. That's okay. It's a meditation. I think an opportunity to be a meditation. Your mind wanders, come back. Mind wanders, come back. Some people would call that meditation. And the things that we want to achieve in life, the habits that we want to build, they're no different than just sitting in stillness and trying to focus on a thought, focus on something. So, that's a cool little scooter. She's zipping by. There you go. We got distracted. And the meditation is this conversation. So I bring it back, bring the attention back, the focus back to that. And so, you got distracted. Other things became your priority. That's okay. Just come back to it. Come back to that meditation. Come back to that focus. Come back to that idea. That aim. Aim true, so to speak. And don't beat yourself up when you have an errant thought, or you have a bump in the road, or an injury, an illness, a family issue, work problems, so many things that can knock you off your path. Chill Pill Hill on YouTube says, it's always about coming back to the breath and meditation, isn't it? And yes. We got a gem. We got a real gem. Absolutely. Say it again for the people in the back. Chill Pill Hill on YouTube says, it's always about coming back to the breath and meditation, isn't it? I'm gonna vote yes. I'm gonna vote yes. Chill Pill Hill has joined many of my lives, and we absolutely, yeah, distillation. There you go. You are on it. Come back to that breath. And the breath is like the wave, right? So, I grew up around the beach, and You see people swimming or surfing, or you're one of those people, and the wave is the breath, the ocean waves, and your idea, your focus, your concept, whatever your your aim is riding that wave, right? But how do you stay stable on a wave? It's like a magic trick. Chill Pill Hill is taking a bow. Yes, love to see it. Take that bow. It's well deserved. Yeah, you got me to stop in my tracks. Had to emphasize that. Emphasize. Tara on TikTok looks to say movement is medicine. Yes, 100%. Movement is medicine. Motion is lotion. And you want to get good and lathered up. Tara says, is being a trainer your job? I thought you were a regular person. Mind blown. I'm a registered yoga teacher, but with the Yoga Alliance, 200 hours. But I'm not actively teaching in a school or studio. Just kind of doing my thing online, giving it away for free, sharing the gift. You know. Uh, Tara says, OMG, thinking of my starts and stops as distractions from what I want in life is amazing. Yes, 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 that's it. It's just a distraction. Just like the cool scooter the woman was riding. I mean, you gotta stop and check it out. It's a cool scooter at 2 in the morning. And she looked like she was coming home from work somewhere. Had like the collared shirt or whatever. Probably working late, you know? It's like, and you were saying you're scared to walk around in the dark. I get it. You know, it was a young woman, but she was zipping. But I took notice because there's nobody else out here. And yet, this is where it's at. This is where it's at. We're connecting right now, you know, and it's not an insult to you to take notice of what's happening in my space, to be distracted for a moment. But the real respect comes when the decision is made to come back. Come back, right? And sometimes we have to remind each other to come back, and that can get a little frustrating too. But it's such a gift when somebody just does it unprompted, right? I just, oh yeah, oh yeah, we were right here. We're right here, right now, doing the thing together. Tara says, starting from a place of assumption within myself that I'm healthy and strong. Woo! Tara says, wow, thanks for that. Coming back to the breath, very cool. 100%. That is where it's at. Tara says, are you thirsty? Don't forget to hydrate. We can wait. I don't have water with me. I have water back home, and I will be drinking that very soon. Thank you for that. I have not been drinking as much water as I need to. I appreciate the reminder. I made that uh, realization on my live this morning. There's been so many moving parts, um, the basic stuff. I just haven't been doing it. And I'm the king of hydration. I am the water guy. Let's go. Electrolytes, right? Let's talk electrolytes. Stay hydrated. You can only drink so much water. Uh, so much water is gonna hydrate you at some point. Too much water will no longer make you more hydrated. So we need the salts, we need the electrolytes and things like that. You can buy the expensive little packets, or you can get your electrolytes inexpensively from foods that you eat. One of my favorite sources is pickles. It's good stuff. Chill Pill Hill on YouTube says, "You are Aquaman." I'll take it. I'll take it. Tara says, "I'm normally a pretty deep thinker, but you're blowing my mind right now. I can't keep up. Very cool." Hey, I mean, this is a conversation. We are back and forth. We are doing this together, and I'm jazzed. I'm all stoked on it because this is where the magic happens. You know, between us, and I can do these walks on my own, have thoughts on my own. But what good is it if I have the greatest, deepest, most impactful thoughts, but don't have anybody to share them with? So, thank you for being here. That's a gift for me. I mean, I appreciate your support and all your engagement in the chat and your insights, right? Tara on TikTok says, "Too much water and it depletes the electrolytes, and it's watered down lemonade if the lemonade was blood." But I don't remember what I was saying. Sodium, minerals. Yes, correct. You are correct. Sodium, magnesium, potassium, all that good stuff. Get it in you. Get it from food. Throw a little Himalayan pink salt in there, or a little bit of table salt, or some new salt, or Morton's light salt. Morton's should sponsor me because I'm always pitching that light salt. It's got potassium, it's got sodium, so, and it's like $1.50 for a big old can. Whereas those little packets are like, I don't know, $2 a piece or something. It's crazy. And typically have a bunch of sugar or a sugar substitute. Thanks. I'll pass. I'll pass when I can. Of course, it's nice to have when you need it. Tara says, "LOL, perfect reading of that. Sense stress exactly as it was in my head." Yeah. I have training. I'm an actor. Reading between the lines is my job. Yes. And thank you for mentioning that, because so few people appreciate that skill. They feel it. They feel it, but they can't put it into words. Yes. I can read the sense stress in your types, your copy. Tara says, "Oh, well, excellent work." Yes, thank you. All caps and exclamation marks. We are emphatically saying this with our chest. I know it's late. It's a little bit late. Everyone's tucked away in their homes. Any noise I'm making out here in the street is likely drowned out by their dreaming minds or their buzzing HVACs. Tara says, LOL, this is like those audio description movies, LOL. I don't know what you're talking about. What is that? What is an audio description movie? Is it just somebody reading the script aloud? Because I would totally do that. I would love to do that. Give me that job. Chill Pill Hill on YouTube says the RV isn't out there tonight, making all the noise like last night. No, it is not. Thank goodness. And it did not smell good. I don't know what they were doing. It's very Breaking Bad-ish. Tara says, for blind people, where it will say, quote, a blonde woman walks into the room, end quote. Got you. I would love to do that. Absolutely love to do that. I like reading, like closed captions, but for the blind people. Copy that. Or for those who like to have their eyes closed. Tara says, you're narrating life as we're existing in it, and that is extremely comforting to me. That's what's up. You're in the right place. Have you heard of body doubling? Because this is a little bit of what we're up to together, all of us. You are body doubling me. You are here with me on my left shoulder or my right as we walk in the night and get our 10,000 steps. This is my goal. You are here supporting me, body doubling me, keeping me company. Thank you. What a gift. And I am doing something for you, hopefully something good, and hopefully body doubling you. Maybe we talk about this oftentimes with the daytime walk. Maybe you're doing dishes. Maybe you're folding laundry. You can tune into my live, go for a walk with me. Don't have to have your eyes glued to the screen. It's just my face over and over. This moment, and this moment, and this moment, and this moment. Still my face. Sometimes we will catch a really cool wild animal like a rabbit or a lizard or a bird with the camera. But, a lot of folks will tune in and then turn up the volume, go podcast mode, I like to call it, where, your eyes are free, your hands are free, and you're just listening, tuning in. And you get to hear the conversation because I read it aloud. And when there's no conversation, it's just like ASMR going for a walk. You hear the footsteps, the birds. Here at night, you'll hear the chirping of the crickets, maybe the sound of cars going by, and my breathing. And narrating life as we are existing in it. Yes. Aren't we all? I mean, the brain is just constantly trying to. Oh, I think that's a big truck backing up not too far from here. Okay, it's over. I think the brain is always trying to make sense of what's going on and always kind of narrating what's happening. So when you hear it aloud, somebody else's voice, kind of soothing because it's like, it's not just me, And if I'm doing it and I'm your eyes, and you can close your eyes or you can set your eyes to a task, a different task, that's a gift, right? You can let me be your eyes, and you can kind of turn that volume down, that voice in your head that's constantly narrating what's going on. Oh, there's a red car over there. That one's kind of maroon. This is a white truck. There's a blue can. This lawn needs mowing. Just and if I spoke like that all the time, it probably wouldn't be very soothing if I called out every little thing. But that's what our brain does, you know. So I'll filter out as much of the bad stuff as I can for us. And thank you. It's an honor to do that with you. John Riley sent roses. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. I was on a tear there. I was having a moment. Tara says, legit, I was trying to fall asleep and I was picturing being in a baby sling listening to you, LOL. That sounds way creepier than intended. It's okay. No judgment here. No judgments. I may not understand fully, but that's okay. We don't have to. We don't have to understand everything about each other to support, to care, to be compassionate, to show love, to show kindness, and to be accepting. In fact, it's kind of the point of accepting, is that you accept what is, not what is like you or what you understand. It's accepting. So not creepy, not to me. Maybe I need to read it a few more times to be creeped out. Perhaps there is a creepy factor, but I'm honestly not concerned. I don't think it's creepy. I don't feel like you're trying to be a troll or something. It's all good. Teresa Geller followed me. Hey, thank you, Teresa. Appreciate you. Thanks for joining the chat. Tara says, I'm going to say, for someone who understandably dismisses Meyer-Briggs, you're being so ENFJ vibes. I'm not dismissing it. I'm saying it's not the end all be all. I'm saying it's a place to start. And there are many places to start to connect. And, surely, we are skipping ahead in time a little bit, maybe a lot, by doing all these assessments, ticking all these boxes, and just seeing where we all match up and building teams with commensurate or complementary skills. But it also doesn't it kind of dampen the magic of just another human there a little bit? I don't know. Chill Pill Hill on YouTube says, I like what you just said about accepting what is and not just what is similar to you. I think that's what you said. It is what I said. I said it. I'll say it again. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what acceptance is. And it does come back to yourself, right? It comes back to accepting yourself and those like you, which is perhaps one of the harder things to do, is accepting those that you see a lot of your traits in. Typically we see people like that and we have a confrontational feeling. We have some inclination to, I don't like that person. I don't like them. Why are they like that? And all too often, time passes a little bit, and maybe you're given the gift of recognition that the things that you find irritating, frustrating, infuriating about those people are the qualities that you hold and express. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Tara on TikTok says, I always prioritize understanding, but your comment about we don't have to understand each other, we just have to accept each other was very paradigm shifting. Oh, you speak my language. You speak my language. Yes, paradigm challenging is my middle name. Not really, but it could be. So, pat myself on the back now. I'm here to challenge your paradigm. Challenge mine. I love that meme. That guy sitting there with the table, little sign says, change my mind, whatever the opinion is. Yeah, change my mind. I like learning. I like growing. I like changing. I like evolving. I mean, conceptually at least, sometimes it's painful to do, but it's all good. Let's break down that cognitive dissonance. Let's evolve. Tara says, I'm going to think on that later. Thank you. Hey, my pleasure. It's my utmost pleasure. Tara says, your emotional intelligence is so off the charts. You've obviously done a lot of work. Good job. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. We out here taking compliments. Just saying thank you. Thank you. Maybe a few times. Appreciate that. But don't lionize me like I am just a guy. Can only be myself, flawed, but present. Right? Stimulating conversation tonight. Thank you so much. Tara says, I'm going to try to sleep a couple of hours. Thank you guys for vibing. Indeed. It is my utmost pleasure to be here with you. And yeah, I hope that we will meet again. Like I said, I do have a fairly regular schedule of multiple live streams a day. But I also do go dark for a while at times because the nature of my work is if I do get a job as a freelancer for the film television industry, sometimes those jobs go a while. But I will always continue to get my push-ups in every day at a minimum, and that 10,000 steps. Like, you may not go live with me, I may not go live with you, but if I'm working, not atypical to hit, 15 to 25,000 steps a day. So if I'm dark, if the channel's dark, just know I'm putting in that work behind the scenes. And I hope that you will continue to, even if I am temporarily absent. But yeah, lots of fun chat. Thank you, Tara. Good to meet you. Jimbo followed me. Hey, thanks, Jimbo. Appreciate you dropping in. Is it your first time in the live? Hello, Ilya. Ilya is typing on YouTube a language I do not understand. If you could throw that into a translator, I'd be happy to engage with you more. And I wish I could understand, but I don't. So, Tara says, measurable metrics or helpful specifics are the bricks in the road to goals. Measurable metrics are helpful specifics. And I'm going to say, and the bricks in the road to goals. Nice. Yeah, what gets measured gets managed, right? So, yeah. I was getting 20,000 steps a day easy on days that I worked. And then I'm like, I'm probably getting 10,000 on days off. And then I checked. And I was not. So made sure to track a bit. That's how we measure. Albanian ? Not to my knowledge. Me or the comment on YouTube. Jimbo says, love the beard. Thank you. I am partial to it myself. Here's the beard. And the beard. I don't always have it braided, but it is braided right now. Tara says, I dated an Ilya. He was Albanian. Okay, bye, guys. Tara says, what gets measured gets managed. Love that. I'm glad you do. I think it's true. At least in a work setting. I wouldn't want, measure your acts of kindness or something like that. Or get a gold star. Well, I mean, certain contexts might be good. Might be good. Ilya, are you Albanian? Is the language Albanian? I wouldn't, even if I knew that, I wouldn't know how to translate it on this walk, but you are welcome here. Appreciate you dropping in and leaving a comment in the chat. Just wish I knew what it meant. Friday, I will have a short drop that's just a time-lapse video of one of my hot classes, the hot mat Pilates class. So if you want to see me spazzing out, it's on YouTube. And I'm Nathaniel J. Burns on all the platforms. So prioritizing YouTube and TikTok right now. But I do have a fair amount of content on Instagram. Tara says, what's the YouTube called? I will go try to translate if I can find it. My YouTube is my name, Nathaniel J. Burns. It's the theme. My whole life, that's my name. So I made all my channels, all my social handles that. Because as an actor and a stuntman and a movie maker, film television industry, I want to be found. Yeah. Tara, I thought you were going to sleep. I still owe Landon 10 push-ups, so we'll get those once we get not this street light, but the next. And I'm going to measure and check my steps because I have a strong feeling this has just been very exciting chat, and we've already knocked out 10,000 steps for the day. I'm gonna double check. How you doing, Manuel? What's happening? Opie Smith shared my live. You shared it. Who are you sharing it with? That's so cool. Who are you, Opie? Thank you for jumping in. How cool is that? Where are you tuning in from, Opie? Tara in the house. Tara on YouTube says hello. Hello, Tara. Yeah, it's so easy jumping across platforms. How cool is that? All right, let's check the steps. We've got a street light here. Jimbo, like the live. Jimbo coming in clutch with the likes. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I am doing Jen Swanson in the house. Good morning. Good morning. I am wrapping up pretty soon here, Jen, because I do not want to miss that Impact Athletics Association 100 push-up workout at 5:15 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the Impact Athletics Association channel. But I do owe some push-ups for Landon as a new subscriber. So we're going to get those, and I'm going to check my steps just to make sure. Tara says, have a great day. Easy. Easy. All right. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Tara, I got 10 more push-ups. You subscribe. I got 10 more. Jen says, no worries. Just headed to work for a few hours. Also hoping to make that Impact live also. Yes. Yes. Well, hot diggity dog. We had a cool conversation tonight. Lots of good stuff going on. Thank you so much for being here. Real pleasure and an honor, always. 7,000 likes on TikTok tonight. How cool. Thank you for all the love. I could sure use it right now, I'll tell you that. Uh, Tara, do you make videos? Do you post videos on YouTube? Jen, how are the crunches going? You added for day 200 on the 21st, correct? Yeah, unfortunately, Ilya, we don't know what he's saying. We don't know. Opie Smith shared the live on TikTok but didn't introduce themselves. Hopefully, that's a kind gesture. Who did you share it with? Mysterious Opie Smith. Tara came in clutch with paradigm challenging stuff, which we love. We absolutely, absolutely, positively love it. Jen Swanson says, correct. Not kicking my butt as much as the additional exercise I'm getting with moving and home improvements. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I hear you. Well, we absolutely wish you well on the moving and home improvements. Have you talked to Make with Mike by any chance on those home improvements? He seems to be pretty knowledgeable. Haven't seen him in a while though, but I also haven't been around myself. Arms and low back sore, all the stooping, sanding, and all that jazz. Yeah, I hear you. Do you have knee pads? Like, are you, I know we talked about gloves this morning. Do you have protective gear so that you can do the jobs with minimal pain? Ah, my rocks are still here from this morning. Check it out. I'll just show you. Oh, the lightness. There we go. There it is. My neighbor's up early, getting that trash out. It's trash day. Whoop. There we go. All right, cool. Jen says I have talked to him. Got his business info, so when I start to remodel the standalone garage to a mother-in-law suite, I'll be sending him pics. Ah, ha, how cool is that? I love it. I love these connections. That's amazing. Jen says no knee pads, however, using an old El Cheapo yoga mat for my knees. Good deal. Yeah, just that investment of those knee pads for me makes. I mean, I don't roll my mat over when I'm doing knee stuff typically, and I'll be knees on concrete, no problem, a lot of the times. But when I'm painting or doing low work, those knee pads just come in clutch. So nice. That's so cool. You're working with Make with Mike, or you're gonna try anyway. That's cool. I love it. How exciting! New home renovations. Dig it. Very excited for you, Jen. Okay. Oh, that water. Yeah, absolutely. Ooh. It's stashed right here because I knew I was coming back. Oh, you're a mat roller. Yeah. I I love that this concept that do what makes the movements accessible. And because a lot of times people look at yoga and they'll say, oh, I can't do that, and you might be right. You can't do that right now, and maybe you can't do that ever, but um, not exactly like that. But there's ways to get the shape, to get the movement in your body. Maybe you have to modify it. Maybe you have to add a prop or roll your mat over or something like that. And so I love the accessibility of things like that. And not something that is demonstrated in a lot of like YouTube videos or, you know, commercialized yoga, as it were. So my training was really eye opening, educational, intentionally so. Iyengar stuff. Jen says, for sure, yoga doesn't look the same for everyone, 100%. There shouldn't be much discomfort in positions, in my opinion. Yeah, I concur. There should not be. Right, yes. I got you, Jen. AI cartoon says, this time night. Mm-hmm. Smiles 1016 on TikTok says hi. How you doing, Smiles? Did you just join the live? Getting my water in. AI cartoon says, hello, I'm India. Right on, right on. Uh, I'm here in the United States, southwest corner of the United States. Welcome, AI cartoon. Time of night is just now 3 a.m. Hey, Smiles. Yeah, I'm here in the southwest U.S. How about you? uh, well, I'm pretty easy to find, I guess, but uh, I don't say that out loud in the lives just for protecting my privacy. But I'm easy to find if you really want to. It's a little bit of a balance. Jen says, "Oh yeah." So Smiles, if it's your first time in my live, I'm streaming on YouTube and TikTok, and we go for a walk, get 10,000 steps a day. Sometimes it's over two different uh, live sessions. Sometimes it's all in one go. Um, Often I'll go to the park. I'll go to the park and do yoga, uh, or I'll do a hot Pilates class or something like that. I did two today. I did a hot sculpt class and a hot Pilates class. And let us not forget the morning workout with Impact Athletics Association on YouTube with Mr. Vincent Alfonso Jamal. We do a split screen workout whenever We're both available. He's been doing it every single day for 144 days straight, which is incredible, commendable, and admirable. I'm very proud of my brother. Jen says, "Oh yeah, don't say you're easy to find." Oh, no. Oops. Smile says, "Living in the wild." I mean, no. Living in civilization. Why should I not say that, Jen? AI cartoon tuning in from India on YouTube says, "Hi, hello." Oh, Jen. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, what is the live about? You're catching me on the tail end. You're catching the live on the tail end. Uh, right. You and those contracted should not today. It's only two, but it's cool. Uh, what is this about? This live, I went for a walk. Very simple. Went for a walk and talk. I get 10,000 steps in every day as a minimum baseline. We've achieved that goal. I've also done 10 push ups for a YouTube subscription. I'm going live on YouTube and TikTok. And yeah, we're just chatting. We're kind of winding down. Jen on YouTube says, "My phone hates me this morning." Oh, are you using Swipe? Swipe gets me so often. And I won't even realize. I think it changes it just before I send it or something. So it's so frustrating sometimes. Smiles 1016 on TikTok says, "Do you walk on the beach?" I would love to walk on the beach, but I am not uh, doing that now. I'm walking on the street. I love walking on the beach. Long walks on the beach, preferably at night. Honestly, just I feel like my beach walks at night are more enjoyable. You know, always have been. Jen says no, so maybe my phone isn't the issue. Maybe my thumbs. Oh man, I hear you. You're not using swipe, so you're hunting and pecking with thumbs. Oh my gosh, what street do you walk on? All the streets, city streets, not the ones by my house. It's easy to get back home. Although there was a couple of times that I was out and about and I went for a walk. I would like to do that more, but I'm pretty busy in spite of doing live streaming, which can go long sometimes. I have lots of other things that I do. I don't, I can't imagine typing with my thumbs. It's very rare. Have you tried swipe? Jen says, "Early morning walks on the beach. Best time to shell hunt. Definitely the thing I miss most from Florida. Shell hunting." Smiles 1016 says, "I'm surprised your body isn't covered in tattoos. Maybe you're wise." Maybe. Subjective, right? I mean, hang out, chat, find out. Come to your own conclusion about that. I won't make that claim. I won't make that claim. It's an aim, but not a claim. Jen says, "I don't like swipe." Oh, I remember when I first started using it, and I was just blown away how intuitive it was and how well it worked. And then something went wrong. It just stopped. Like sometimes it just I have to reset it or something, but it gives me autocorrect, poorly suggested autocorrections. Or like it says, like I said earlier, it seems to change it just before I send out the message. So like I'll be somebody will send me a question mark text, and I'm like, why are they asking? I said very straightforward about what I said, and then I look back and there's just uh, illegible stuff like words that shouldn't be there, omitted words, etc. Just agonizing communicating, agonizing communication. Smiles 1016 on TikTok says, "You are wise. You're wise." Well, takes one to know one. Mayhap, mayhap. Smiles 1016 says, "You're a lost soul." Hmm, that's quite a big claim for somebody that you just met. But okay, I won't own that. But it's an interesting suggestion. I'm happy to explore it. Change my mind. Challenge the paradigm. That's an interesting concept. Are you a lost soul? What do you mean by that? Jen on YouTube says, seen a short where the woman said, quote, "I'm at the age now that I don't correct my typos and just hit send. Now that's your puzzle to figure out," end quote. I feel that. LOL emoji. Yeah. Yeah. My brother was giving me quite the hard time about that for a long time. He hasn't said anything about it recently, but I also maybe double check a little more now. But there was a time, like when I was running the restaurant, no time to fix typos, and there were many. Smiles 1016 says, "Anyone that hasn't tattooed their body is wise." Yeah, I mean, we're making assumptions. We're making assumptions um, that I don't have any tattoos. You're only seeing part of me. Do you have tattoos, Smiles? And why does that make you wise to not have tattooed your body? A lot of my a lot of my good friends have tattoos. Smiles 1016 says tattoos are weakness. Bold claim. Bold claim. Jen Jen uh, Jen Swanson says, "Do you have tattoos?" No, I don't have tattoos. But it's not because I thought they were weakness. Do you have tattoos, Jen? Smiles, do you have tattoos? Anybody in the chat, if you're listening, do you have tattoos? Do you agree with Smiles 1016 that tattoos are a sign of weakness and that anyone who hasn't had a tattoo is wise? Jen says, I'm weak, I have plenty. LOL. And Kale on TikTok says, it takes strength to get tattoos. Also a bold claim. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Jen doesn't agree. What's going on, Kale? Is this Kale Epps? Do we know each other, Kale? And enlighten us. Why do you say that? Why do you say it takes strength to get tattoos? Smiles 1016 says, the pain? Question mark. Inquiring minds would like to know. Kale on TikTok says, to decide that you want some on your body until you die, it expresses a resolve. Okay. Kale says, I have 7, all have a meaning. Smiles 1016 says, when you get the tattoo, it represents pain? Question mark. Smiles, I don't want to assume, but do you have tattoos? I'm guessing no. Jen, I'm very curious. What's up with these tattoos? You have plenty. Let's talk about it. No tattoos for Smiles. Copy that. Copy that. And a little devil's advocate here. Unfortunately, you already know my position, but Kale, does it not represent resolve to resolve to not get them? And what is the meaning of all 7 of your tattoos? We want to know. Kale says, or a reminder of a difficult time and how you got through it. I understand that. I understand that. Have you seen Memento? Christopher Nolan movie. And why does it make you weak to have plenty of tattoos, Jen? I don't agree with that. I don't think it makes you weak to have tattoos. Jen on YouTube says, most are all small. Portrait of my bird I lost. A BFF tattoo with my BFF of 35 years. Typical butterfly. I got at 18. Some stars I got in the Bahamas. Some other small ones here and there. Right on. You said most are all small, so does that mean that there are some big ones? Sorry to hear that you lost your bird. It's a it's the hazard of loving is that pain of losing. Smiles 1016 says, Kale, explain your difficulty. Pain comes in many ways. Kale says, plenty of reasons. Friends I've gained, lost, and personal reflections of my life. Yeah, I get that. You have 7 tattoos. Are they big tattoos? Or are they Smiles 1016 might be trying to pick a fight. You have to get a grip. Uh, let's keep it respectful. Kale says, vary in size. Okay. No. Smile says no. Okay. Kale says, I also don't have to explain myself to a troll. Valid. Jen says, the portrait of my bird and one on my chest are the biggest, about 6 by 3 inches. One on my chest is a piece called Birds of a Feather. Smiles 1016 says, I appreciate everyone, but I'm not a troll. Well, Smiles, I don't think that you're a troll, um, but you have made some judgmental comments. You said that I was a lost soul and did not explain that. Tattoos are weakness. Those are bold claims. I just want to understand. What kind of bird was your friend, Jen? Kale is throwing his hands up. I think is that like one of those? Smiles said I asked, were you a lost soul? Oh, okay. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Tell me what you mean. Jen says maybe not a troll, just a little gnome. Oh, we have malicious gnome was in the chat earlier tonight. Tiha Yemen on YouTube says, "What up, bro? Yo, what up? What you doing?" Well, we're having a chat. We're having a chat, just kind of winding down. I've already got my 10,000 steps in. Is it your first time in the chat? Jen Swanson says, he was an Alexandrian parakeet, better known as ringneck parakeet. I'll look him up. I like looking at birds. I don't know if I could live with one again. I lived with other people's birds before. I think they're really cool, but Tiha Yemen says, so that is your first time live streaming? No. No, it's not my first time live streaming. I live stream um, sometimes 3 times a day or so. I'd like to know what you think it means to be a lost soul. Smiles. Tia Yemen says, so that is your first time live stream? Oh, yeah, no. An Alexandrian parakeet. Smile says, it's in your eyes. I am a little bit tired. I have had a big day. I've had a big day and an even, just this crushing week. Uh, but we carry on, right? I definitely have considered getting tattoos. There are times in my life where I was like ready to go, but I didn't have a lot of uh, money, um, and I didn't know anybody cool enough to like do tattoos that were good, and I didn't want bad ones. Um, I had a band, and we were all going to get matching tattoos at some point in my life, and that did not happen. Uh, Tiha Yemen says, where are you at, bro? I'm in the southwest US, bro. AI Cartoon says, you eat chicken biryani? I do not. I do not eat chicken at all. No chicken. Do you eat chicken biryani? Kale, where are you tuning in from? And Smiles, you're in Washington, right? Jen Swanson says, good tattoos are expensive, and bad ones are more expensive, right? Because you got to get them removed or live with them. Tiha Yemen says, you look like ass, bro. Okay, thank you for sharing your opinion. What do you mean by that? Jen Swanson says, best to find a tattoo artist who specializes in the type of art you're wanting. Smiles says, tap the screen. I don't know what it does. Double tap the screen? Oh, I didn't know that I could like my own live. That makes me like it. All right, cool. You learn something new every day. Thanks for the tips, Miles. Yes, please tap the screen. Like we've got 7,000 over 7,000 likes on TikTok right now. It's blowing my mind. Uh, Thank you for everybody that's shown support and contributed in the chat. Kale, I hope that you're um, having a good time. Smiles. I hope that you're having a good time. Uh, yeah, what do you mean by that comment, Tiha? So you're a Marine, sure. I'm not a Marine. AI cartoon says you drink alcohol. AI cartoon is from India, I believe, and perhaps English is not their first language, so kind of interpreting a little bit. When they say you drink alcohol with no punctuation, I think you're asking if I drink alcohol. No, I do not. Smiles 1016 says, "What happened to you?" Oh man, good question. Do you drink alcohol? Cartoon, AI cartoon. And why are you curious? What would you like to know? And Tiha, I don't know if I said that. I am not a Marine. Have never been a Marine. My father did 23 years military service. He also was not a Marine. What do you mean, Smiles? Something happened to me? Things happen to all of us. It's so if you're in Washington, Smiles, then it's the same time zone, right? Or maybe you're a little earlier than us. Smiles says, "You're obviously a wise man and something brought you here." You mean TikTok or planet Earth? What do you mean? Brought me where? And I I appreciate you saying that I'm wise, but I certainly uh, can't own that. Tiha Yemen is speaking a different language, and again, I can't. I don't even know what language that is, my friend. So if you could put it into a translator, I'd be happy to engage with you more. But I don't know what you're saying. But I'd like to learn. I'd like to. I love languages. What language are you speaking? Smile says, "Are you on dock, lost somewhere?" Not on a dock. Yeah, so I won't just say what you write because I don't know what it means, you know? So I read what's written in English because I understand it. If you type it in French, Spanish, some other languages, I may understand more, and I'd be happy to say it out loud if it's not vulgar, but I don't know what you're saying. Smiles 1016 says, I can't see their writings. Yes, because we're on TikTok and they're on YouTube. Yeah. Tiha Yemen says, it means I am very love with you because you have a big sick. We'll just go with that's a typo. Yeah, I'm not going to say that, but I appreciate you contributing to the live and to the chat, helping the channel grow. So they can't see what you're writing either, Smiles. So I read out loud what you say and what they say, and sometimes we have cross talk over platforms. Jennifer says, Filipino translation. I have my love, Lee Palmeo. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Jen. Smile says, remember, follow your soul. What do you mean by soul? What is a soul? And how does one follow the soul? I've heard follow your heart. I want to understand. Opie Smith again shared the live. How you doing, Opie? I'm curious because Opie is not contributing in the chat, but they're sharing the live. What's going on? What's going on with that, Opie? What are you doing? Thank you for sharing the live. Who are you sharing it with? Talk to us. Inquiring minds want to know. Kale, I've met somebody else named Kale before, spells it like you do. So I'm wondering if you are that Kale. Have we met before? Jen, thank you for trying to uh, translate that um, Tagalog. Interesting. Smile says, your soul is your character in which you carry yourself. Your soul is the thing that makes decisions. Okay. So we're talking metaphysical stuff here? We're getting metaphysical. Tiha, Yemen, are you speaking Tagalog? Or are you Filipino? Are you from the Philippines? And Opie Smith, who are you? Who are you sharing the live with? And thank you for doing it, probably. Smiles 1016 says your soul will live on. Aqua Plus on YouTube says, "Yo, long time no see." Yes, indeed. How you doing, Aqua? Smiles, I appreciate your contribution to the chat, but it feels like you're a little esoteric. Aqua says, "I'm good. What about you?" What do you mean your soul will live on? What happened to you? This question again. So many things. Like today, Aqua Plus says, "I mean, how are you?" Got you. I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. We got our 10,000 steps in. I got a hot Pilates class in, a hot sculpt class. Got to see some family, talk to some friends. Got the Impact Athletics Association workout in this morning. It's good to be back. It's been a while. So Aqua says, nice, nice. Why it's dark like inside of the cave. Uh, I can turn this up a little bit. Jen says, headed out. Hope to join y'all on Impact later. Yes. How's that? Uh, Me too, Jen. Me too. I'm looking forward to it. We get into the depths of the night, and sometimes it's a little different. um, I've got light. Yes, indeed. Uh, so amazing for y'all to join me on my walk tonight and the chat later. We had a great talk on the walk, and new folks flooded in, and we had a great chat afterwards, just hanging out. It was really cool. I mean, it's kind of why I do this. I like meeting people, having unexpected and paradigm challenging conversations. A little bit of rift, uh, little rift over on TikTok. I hope that we can get along. Aqua says, "What miss all because I was still asleep?" WI. I miss all because I was still asleep. Yeah, no worries. Uh, these lives they go, they get published on YouTube eventually. Not right away, but eventually. And there's other ones there, so feel free to check out previous lives videos on my YouTube channel, which is my name, Nathaniel J. Burns. And yeah, I'm gonna hit the shower and take a nap so I can get this impact workout this morning in short order. It's coming right up. So I hope you can join me for that. If not, we will see each other again real soon in the chat. Um, so good to meet you. Smiles, Kale, Chill Pill was in the house. Opie shared the live for no apparent reason, uh, but I appreciate the sharing. Very cool that you did that. We got to meet Tara tonight, Jimbo, all the love flowing in from TikTok earlier is incredible. Lots of folks. John Riley gave some gifts, and I appreciate that. We hit over 7,000 likes, which is incredible. Jasmina January said good morning. Appreciate that. Lacey in the house. Just a little hey, uh, but we got she followed, so that's cool. Hopefully we get to see Lacey again and get to know her better. And we had some crosstalk between platforms. Aqua came back. Jen showing up in the chat. Tia maybe speaking Tagalog. AI cartoon from India with the shout outs. Um, Tara jumped back and forth a little bit. Ilya put something in the chat that I can't understand, and I hope to one day soon understand what they said. Landon in the house subscribed on YouTube, and we did 10 push ups for Landon for his subscription on YouTube. If you subscribe, let me know, and I'll get you 10 push ups. Malicious Gnome, who we met on TikTok, has been joining on YouTube lately, and you pick your platform. We go live on both same time. Khan was back. Soraya asked, "What is 68 years old?" I thought it was a riddle. I don't know the answer. Do you? Cato said, "Do some push ups." Krista was here. Fred Chambers asked where we're going. I said, "In circles." Uh, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights joined. Damian Simon, Leah Ngalo, Danny Harmon, S&B Productions, and you. And you. Always an honor and a pleasure. I'm going to get a shower and go to sleep. I'll see you real soon. Good night. Thank you for the follow.